All right, welcome everybody to NerdinIn Jeopardy attempt 2, where we have our contestants trying to prove their nerd cred. Our first contestant is Omar, coming to us from Texas. Omar?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm ready to get this shit. Fuck Sean. Fuck the champion.
And then we have the brother of our former champion, Jay. So, Jay, would you like to
What do you mean former
introduce
champion?
yourself?
I'm still the current champion.
No, we stripped you of the title, you ass.
Why?
We'll talk about it.
What do you want me to say?
So you can give yourself a brief introduction and why you're going to kick Sean's ass.
Oddly specific. I don't know, man.
Our third contestant, it is his first time going through NerdinIn Jeopardy. Laro, I'll have you do an introduction as well.
What's going on, fellas? Long time, first time. I am honored to be among such nerdy fellas, and I hope not to, let any of y'all down.
And our fourth contestant, who before filming started said that the child is a better character than Kirk and Captain Picard put together. Our former champion, who was stripped of the title due to controversial statements about how he believes that Disney has gotten better with its promotion of concentration camps. Sean, would you like to introduce yourself?
So that is literally the opposite of everything that I just said.
Whoa. Now you're just lying to the people.
I am still the current and defending champion.
All right. So as our former champion, we do have 5 categories for the first round of Jeopardy. TGIF, which for those of our younger viewers was the Friday night 2-hour block on ABC. Transformers, G.I. Joe, video games, and finish that quote. So our former champion does get to have his right for the first category.
All right. We're going to have to start with Transformers for 100.
Transformers for 100. In the Michael Bay series, Optimus Prime and Megatron share this relationship. It is revealed, I think, in the first one, or it might have been Revenge of the Fallen.
Randy.
Yes, Sean.
They served together in the war.
Incorrect. So Sean loses again.
All right.
Any other guesses? Yes, Omar.
They shared Energon dildos.
Incorrect. That is a Chris answer if I've ever heard one.
Jesus Christ.
Any other guesses?
Mm.
The correct answer is, what are brothers?
Huh. That's lame.
So, back to Sean for the second category.
All right. We'll take video games for 100.
Video games for 100. The Atari 2600's controller had this many buttons.
Randy.
Yes, Sean.
It had 1 button.
Correct answer is, what is 1? So it stays with Sean for our next category.
All right. Let us do movie quotes for 100.
Movie quotes for 100. Blank, I am your father.
Randy.
Yes, Sean.
What is Luke?
Incorrect.
Oh, I know it now. Yeah.
Beep, beep.
Yes, Laura.
Search your feelings. I am your father.
Incorrect.
Damn.
J.R. Omar?
I think I know it, but I already got it wrong, but let me say it. I think I know.
No, you can't.
No, I'm not going to get points.
He doesn't get points because he's a jerk.
Okay, fine. Say it.
It should be like no or something.
Correct answer is no, I am your father. The most incorrectly quoted movie quote of all time, according to AMC.
Huh. That was a good
Sean,
question.
still to you.
Let us do G.I. Joe for 100.
G.I. Joe for 100. In G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, he played the eventual Cobra commander.
Randy,
Beep, beep.
Yes, Sean.
who is Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Correct answer is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So Sean is back to 0 points again.
And I still answered more than all of you, you bastards.
And to Sean for the next category.
Let's go to TGIF for 100.
TGIF for 100. This show was a spinoff of Perfect Strangers. Jay knows it.
If there was any category that I didn't know, it would be this.
Any guesses?
No.
Correct answer was What is Family Matters?
Oh shit! No way.
Harriet.
That's right. That's
Harriet was the
right.
elevator lady in their
Yeah.
apartment building. Sean for the next category.
I have no idea what you just said. Let's go finish that quote 200.
Finish that quote for 200. I have come to blank blank and kick ass.
Beep, beep.
Yes, sir.
I have come to bubblegum and kick ass.
Correct answer is I have come to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Nice.
All right, so Sean is officially losing now. And Laro, to you for the next category.
I'll do video games for 300.
Video games for 300. This Alien Alliance was the main antagonist, or is the main antagonist, because some people think it's not done, of the Halo series.
Beep, beep.
Yes, Laro.
What is the Covenant?
Correct answer is who are or what are the Covenants? Control stays with you, sir.
I will take Transformers for 3.
Transformers for 3. Silverbolt has a fear of this.
Mm-mm.
I don't know who that is.
He's an aerial bot, you dumb
Who is
fuck.
Silverbolt?
He is an aerial bot.
Then why don't you answer?
I'm giving you guys a chance.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm at it.
Any guesses?
Heights.
Correct answer is what are heights? So it goes to Omar for our next category.
Transformers for 500.
Transformers for 5. In Beast Wars, the Predacons use this term to transform. Why don't you answer for this one, Sean?
I didn't watch Beast Wars.
Just take a guess, bro.
No, it's you, man. You picked the category.
He's in try-hard mode with his 0 points.
Uh-huh.
Any guesses?
Uh-uh.
What is terrorize?
Oh yeah. That's good. I like it.
Still to Omar.
We'll do video games for 200, please.
Video games for 2. This video game's main protagonist was Michael Jackson.
Randy,
Yes, Sean.
what is Moonwalker?
What is Moonwalker? And back to Sean for control.
Let's do finish that quote for 400.
Finish that quote for 4. Blank love chunk.
Buzz.
Yes, Omar.
Sloth love chunk.
Correct answer is sloth love chunk. And our new leader, Omar, you get the next category.
Let's do TGIF for 300, please.
GIF for 3. Mr. Turner's subject in Boy Meets World.
Buzz.
Yes, Omar.
What is history?
Incorrect.
Damn.
This was a show with the curly-haired kid and Topanga.
Yeah.
Ben Savage.
I don't know their names.
His brother was Fred Savage.
I know Fred
The
Savage.
Wonder Years.
Yeah, I know Fred. Everyone knows Fred.
Any guesses? There's only a certain number of subjects in high school.
Jay knows.
Don't do it.
I won't do it. Give you 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is what is English? It is still with Omar.
All right. We'll do Transformers for 200, please.
Transformers for 2. Skywarp and Thundercracker both transform into the same
Buzz.
vehicle. Yes, Omar.
An F-15.
But what Decepticon also transforms into the exact same vehicle?
Oh,
Randy.
Starscream.
Oh.
Correct
Starscream.
answer is
Who
the
is Starscream?
greatest Transformer.
Yes. The greatest ever.
It is still to Omar.
We'll finish up Transformers at 400, please. Craybeck.
This Transformer can produce energon cubes from his chest.
Buzz.
Yes, Omar.
Soundwave. Who is Soundwave?
Correct answer is who is Soundwave?
Take that
And
shit, Sean.
It is still with
you fake
Omar.
ass champion. You fake ass champion.
No, I'm trying to get stills.
It is still with Omar for our next category.
Let's go to TGIF for 200, please.
F for 2. Larry and Balky's relationship.
Buzz.
Yes, Omar.
What are cousins?
Correct answer are what are cousins? And still with Omar and his commanding lead.
Yeah, boy. Let's do G.I. Joe for 300, please.
G.I. Joe for 3. This individual is the commanding officer of G.I. Joe.
Buzz.
Yes, Omar.
Who is Duke?
Incorrect.
Shit. Fucking haters.
Any other guesses?
I know like half of the 5 categories.
The correct answer is General Hawk. Duke is the field officer, but the commanding officer is General Hawk. So we are still with Omar.
Let's do G.I. Joe for 200, please.
Go for 2. This was the first female figure released as a G.I. Joe. The first female G.I. Joe
Buzz.
figure. Yes, Omar.
Baroness.
Incorrect.
Who is Baroness?
Randy.
What the fuck?
Randy.
Yes, Sean.
Who is Scarlet?
Correct answer is who is
Asshole.
Scarlet's. So it is to Sean for the next category.
Oh shoot, hold on. I gotta pull the screen up. All right, hold on. Let's do video games 400.
Video games for 4. Yeah, he's looking up the answers because he's a cheater.
Yeah, of course.
This was Mario's job before plumber.
What the fuck?
He had one job before plumber. What was it?
Is this from the movie with Bob Hoskins?
It is not. Think back to What video game did Mario first appear in?
Oh,
It was not Mario Brothers.
I know the game, but I don't know what he did in it.
Think about what you do in that game.
Oh, all right. Randy,
Yes, Sean.
he's an animal trainer.
Incorrect.
Yes.
But you are on the right track. The right track for the game, not for his job.
Perfect. Oh, you got him so well.
Do any of the other three contestants have a guess for it?
No.
Jay?
Correct. I feel Jay knows it, but he's doubting himself.
Me. I haven't known anything since we moved out of the 100 level.
Correct answer. What is construction worker? Construction worker, or also I would have accepted carpenter. Remember, he's climbing up the construction
Yeah, that's
to get
right.
the
That's
donkey.
right. That's right.
Also, he was supposed to be an exterminator in a canceled game that they thought was too mean to bugs. So I believe it is still to Sean.
All right, hold on. Let's
Too busy looking up answers.
Finish that quote 300.
That quote for 300. The only winning move is blank, blank, blank. Yes, Lara.
What is sweep the leg?
Incorrect.
Damn.
That was a good answer, though.
And another great television series that everyone should check out. Any other guesses? Not to play. The only winning move is not to play. It's from Pulp Fiction, actually.
Huh.
Sean, to you, sir.
All right, let's do G.I. Joe for 400.
Joe for 4. This is the code name of Zartan's gang. Zartan's gang is given a special code name from their commander. You want to guess, Sean?
No, I don't. So
Any guesses?
the only G.I. Joe I watched was actually dubbed in Mandarin, so I don't know. I don't know any of the English terms for a lot of this stuff.
Pharaoh would have
Correct
cleaned the
answer
shit up.
Are the Dreadnoks. The Dreadnoks. Sean, to you, sir.
Let's do video games for 500.
Video games for 5. In 1998, this South American country banned the sales of Grand Theft Auto, not the later releases, the original Grand Theft Auto.
Remember it?
Yes.
What is Brazil?
Correct answer is what is Brazil?
Good
And
job,
it is-
Laura.
It is to you, Laura, for the next category.
Let's do finish that quote for 5.
Is that quote for 5. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of. Any guesses?
Huh.
No, if it was gerbil, it would have been different, but
Correct answer is elderberries. It is from Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail.
that's just the ultimate. That's like mithril nerd level right there.
Yep. The reason it's 500. So, Laura, we still have 3 categories left.
Let's do TGIF 4.
TGIF 4. This was Earl Sinclair's job in the dinosaurs.
Randy,
Yes, Sean.
he was a construction worker.
He was a construction worker, but what was his official title?
He was a foreman?
Incorrect. Sean is by far in last place now. Any other guesses? Correct answer is, what is a tree pusher? A
What does that mean?
Oh, I never get
Wait,
that.
time out. So he was selling weed?
No, he literally pushed down trees. That was his job. So Laura, we still have two more.
G.I. Joe 500.
G.I. Joe for 5. This is the name of Snake Eye's pet wolf.
Randy,
Yes, Sean.
who is Timber?
Correct answer is, what is timber? But because of what you said earlier, you have to say it in Mandarin.
I know this from the action figure.
Oh, I only know stuff from G.I. Joe. It's in Mandarin. That's the only thing I watch. I'm sure. Blah, blah, blah. All right, TGIF for 5. This actor was hired after his breakout role on the film Die Hard.
Oh, I don't know his name.
I will also accept the character's name.
I don't know that either.
Buzz.
Yes, Omar.
Hans.
Incorrect.
Fuck.
Welcome back to my level.
Guesses from our other 3?
I've never seen Die Hard before.
Oof.
I know which character it is. I have no idea the name though.
Correct answer is the actor Reginald Val Johnson.
He played
who
the cop.
Carl Winslow in Family Matters and played Al Powell in Die Hard. So a summary from our first round. Laura is in first with 600. Tied for second is Sean and Omar. And Jay is at 0, only 100 points behind his disastrous brother, who has just been making up stuff.
The only thing I knew Megatron and Optimus were brothers. I was ahead of a mouthful of food. So. Oh,
Well, you did know that, and you're not Sean. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give Jay that category.
Yay!
So we are moving on to
there's
Double
bias.
Jeopardy. So unfortunately, because of how it is produced, I will have to manually add your scores at the end of this round, but it gives us a little bit more drama as we go on. But by the rules of Jeopardy, it is the person in last who gets to pick first. We do have a 3-way tie for last, but we all know between those 3 who's the biggest loser. So as soon as Laura gets back, we will have Sean pick our first category for Double Jeopardy. Our categories are bad movie casts, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and the NBA.
So the worst category is Star Wars. So Star Wars for 200.
Star Wars for 200.
Wait, is Laro back?
Yes. The majority of Luke Skywalker's Hoth rescue scenes were filmed here.
Randy.
Yes, Sean.
Hoth was filmed in Finland.
I will accept Finland, but the extended answer is the cruise hotel parking lot because they could not leave.
Easy.
So Sean, who is still the biggest loser regardless of what points say, what category would you like next?
DC.
DC for
200.
Okay. The man
Buzz.
that broke the bat. Yes,
Buzz.
Omar.
Who is Bane?
Who is Bane? Before he is known for not being able to talk. Omar, next category.
NBA for 800, please.
EA for 800. He has the highest career free throw percentage of all time.
Beep, beep.
Yes.
Who is James Harden?
Incorrect.
Yes. Yeah. Take that, Laura. Yes.
I was shocked by this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of those that no one expects.
Any guesses?
Omar watches more NBA than all of us.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I don't want to test
It's
that.
got to be a point guard.
It is a point guard.
Is it in this decade?
I'm trying to think when.
Is that too much of a?
I'm trying to think when he retired. It's close. Any guesses? Correct
Buzz.
answer. Yes, Omar.
Steve Nash.
Correct answer is who is Steve
Yeah.
Nash?
Give me that shit. Give me that.
And to
You gotta turn it
Omar
around.
category.
We'll go to bad movie cast for 400, please.
Bad movie cast for 400. George Clooney, Chris
Buzz.
O'Donnell.
Beep, beep.
I heard Omar first.
I said it first.
Well, okay. Rock, paper, scissors between Sean and Omar, and the winner gets to name the category because it was close.
Can you see us right now?
I can.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So scissors beats paper. So it is to Sean.
Do I answer this question?
Yes.
What is Batman and Robin?
Correct answer is what is Batman and Robin?
Hey, Sean, can you see this? Hey, Sean, can you see this right now?
I can see that. Yep.
Okay,
I see that.
okay.
Sean,
Just
for the
checking,
next
Sean.
category.
Let's do Marvel for 400.
Marvel for 400. This is the video game Korg is playing in Avengers Endgame.
Beep, beep.
Yes, sir.
What is Fortnite?
Correct answer is what is Fortnite? To Laura for the next question.
I'll do DC 600.
DC for 6. In The Long Halloween, the holiday killer is revealed to be this person's
Randy.
wife. Yes, Sean.
Who is Two-Face wife?
Correct answer is Harvey Dent, who has become Two-Face at that time, so I will accept it begrudgingly. Sean for the next category.
Bad movie cast for 600.
Movie cast for 600. Mark Wahlberg, Zoe Deschanel, John Leguizamo.
Shit.
I will also add the cast member The Wind because it is a major cast member of this movie.
Beep,
Yes,
beep.
Jay.
What is the happening?
Correct answer is what is the happening?
Way to
M.
get on,
Night-
Jay.
M. Night Shyamalan.
So for Jay, for the next category,
Oh, something I know nothing about. Star Wars for 400.
Star Wars for 4. This band was originally Jedi in Attack of the Clones to appease George Lucas's daughter, but were eventually cut from the final film.
That movie sucked.
I mean, it's better than the new ones. Any guesses? The correct answer. Who are in sync?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Are in sync.
Thank
I'm
goodness that didn't
I'm glad
happen.
they were cut. That
There
was
are
not
still
good.
production stills of them in the full
No.
garb.
No.
So
that's
it is
horrible.
to Jay for our next category.
Let's do Marvel for 200.
2. These are the mortal enemy of the Kree.
Buzz,
Yes, Omar.
who is the scroll?
Scrolls. Correct. So to Omar for our next category.
NBA for 400, please.
NBA for 4. Lou Alcindor
Buzz.
is better known. Yes, Omar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Correct answer is who is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Back to Omar for our next category.
DC for 1,000, please.
DC for 1,000. Although often depicted through a lab accident, the original Flash received his powers by this. I was shocked by this one. Any guesses? Correct answer. What is inhaling nuclear fumes?
Oh my god.
That was how he originally got his powers. So it is still to Omar.
DC was really on drugs back in the day.
DC had some interesting choices at one time.
Let's do DC for 400, please.
DC for 4. This is the name of Supergirl's cat.
Randy,
Yes, Sean.
who is Streaky?
Who is Streaky? Is correct. So it is to Sean for our next category.
Let's do Star Wars 600.
Star Wars for 600. This is a number of engines on an X-Wing
Randy.
fighter. Yes, Sean.
4.
It's like that's more memorable movie than certain other sci-fi epics.
I disagree.
Is to Sean for our next category.
Let's do Marvel for 600.
Marvel for 600. This is Tony Stark's daughter's name.
Nobody paid attention to that.
Any guesses?
He liked hamburgers.
She does.
Oh, man.
The correct answer. Who is Morgan Stark? So it is still to Sean.
Bad movie cast for 800.
Bad movie cast for 800. Will Smith, Jaden Smith, and Zoe Kravitz.
Maybe
Yes.
what is After Earth?
Answer is what is After Earth? M. Night makes a second appearance in this category. So it is back to you, Laura.
Bad movie for 2.
Bad movie cast for 200. Bob Hoskins.
Maybe
John, yes, I heard the grunt from Jay first.
Oh, what is Mario Brothers?
What is
Good job.
Super Mario
Brothers?
Brothers.
Super Brothers.
So it
that
is-
works, man.
It is close. It is to Jay for our next category.
DC 800.
This Flash villain is known for hiding in crates of toys. The first person that you're thinking of is not who it is.
Yeah.
Go to the second one.
Ugh.
There has been a hero click of this person made in the Flash set as well. Any guesses? Correct answer. Who is Ragdoll?
Oh.
Is Ragdoll.
Yeah, it was right there.
Jay, you should have known that one.
So it is to Jay.
We'll take Marvel for 800.
Marvel for 8. Thanos' homeworld. You know it,
Oh.
Omar.
Oh.
Is that buzzing, Jay?
No. It's a stupid. I got it. Yeah.
All right, Jay.
What is Titan? Yeah.
That's
There
good,
is.
man.
What is Titan?
Yeah, he
Nice.
did it.
So we are to Jay.
We'll do bad movie cast 1,000.
Bad movie cast for 1,000. Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, and Eric
Randy.
Bana. Yes, Sean.
How dare you do this? What is Star Trek?
Correct answer is what is Star Trek, and I'm happy you agree. So back to Sean for the next
Yeah.
category.
Let's do Star Wars 800.
Star Wars for 800. This is what AT-AT stands for. AT-ATs are the four-legged walkers that we see first on Hoth.
It is the 40th anniversary of that movie.
Notice you know that, but you don't know any of your dates on Star Trek stuff, which you have officially recorded now as saying it's a bad movie.
Buzz,
Yes, Omar.
all-terrain assault tank.
Very close, but incorrect.
Shit.
Any guesses? Correct answer is all-terrain armored transport.
Motherfucker.
Oh. Yeah, I think. Okay.
So it is to our resident Star Trek hater, Sean. What category would you like to pick next?
Marvel 1000.
1,000. Groot's species. HeroQuix players will be upset once I reveal the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Any guesses? What are flora colossals?
I should have answered.
So it is to Sean.
Star Wars 1000.
Wars for 1,000. This is the medicine man that attempts to roast Han Solo in Return of the Jedi. Think back to this memorable scene. You will remember what color this individual was, and it gives you a hint. Any guesses? Who is Logray? Logray, the Ewok medicine man. So it is to Sean for our next category.
NBA for 200.
2. He has the highest career points per game average.
Buzz,
Yes, sir.
who is Wilt Chamberlain?
Incorrect.
Motherfucker.
Think about where we are on the board. I'm not going through this one because it's where we are on the board. I know that you guys know it.
I mean, who's
for it,
Michael
Jay.
Jordan?
Who is
Oh,
Michael? So Jay, which of our last two?
I'll take 1,000.
1,000. He has the highest career 3-point percentage.
Oh, this is a trick question.
Any guesses?
It's a Caucasian man. That's all I'm gonna say.
It is a Caucasian male.
Yes.
The correct answer is current coach of the Golden State Warriors,
Nice.
Steve Kerr.
Yeah, I'd have never got it.
Last
Yeah.
category. He was the shortest NBA player of all time.
Randy.
Yes, Sean.
Who is Muggsy Bogues?
Correct answer is who is Muggsy Bogues. So going into
90.
Final Jeopardy, see here. So Omar at 700 points. Jay at 1,700 points.
1900.
Sean at 3,900 points. And Laura at 1,000 points. So for Final Jeopardy,
on the edges.
you can wager up to your total point total. The category for Final Jeopardy is Dragon Ball. The category for Final Jeopardy is Dragon Ball. So based on that information, you guys can wager up to your points. I'll ask you to write it down on some surface or electronic device or a child's forehead, whatever is easiest for you or most convenient to grab right now. Okay. Is everybody ready for our final question?
No, sorry. What was the category? Sorry.
It is
my wife.
Dragon Ball.
Oh.
Okay. So I will be setting a timer for 1 minute for our Final Jeopardy question after I've finished reading it. Many people tried, but only 2 succeeded. These are the 2 individuals that actually killed Son Goku in the Dragon Ball Z series. We're going with anime and we're going with main timeline. So anime and main timeline. And starting our 1 minute now.
What does that sound?
Sean's touching himself. That
Sean,
is
stop touching yourself.
I'm not
That-
touching myself.
is our last time. So getting our total points right now, going into Final Jeopardy. Omar, what was your wager?
My wager was 0 points.
All right. And what was your answer?
My answer was who is I don't fucking know.
So still at 700 is Omar. So Laura, what was your wager for our final category? 1,000 points. And what were your answers?
Piccolo and Boo.
Incorrect.
Damn.
Half
Oh
correct.
shit.
Half correct, but incorrect. So it goes to Jay. Jay, what was your wager?
1,000.
1,000 points. And
Yeah.
what were your answers?
So it was Piccolo, and the second one has to be Cell, right? Or that's
Correct answer are Piccolo and Cell. Sean, what was your wager?
My wager was 1899.
1899, like the pure try hard D bag that you are.
And I guessed wrong. It was Cell and Frieza for me.
1899. So that means that our new Jeopardy champion is Jay
Fuck yeah!
with 2,900 points.
That's fucking amazing. I love it.
The last one. Huh.
Jay,
So-
how do you feel about that?
I don't know. Didn't expect it. Dude, I didn't know
No one
anything
expected it.
from that first Jeopardy.
That's why you gotta
Dude,
stick
you
with
fucking
it.
killed it, man. You killed it, bro. That was awesome.
Dragon Ball was tricky, man, because he like died. Well, it feels like he died so many times.
Yeah.
He almost dies so many times, but and most people actually answer Raditz and sell for that one, but it's actually
I don't even know
Piccolo
who
who launches
Raditz
the
is.
attack.
No, because he
Brother.
grabs on and holds. So like, I almost said Raditz. I don't know if you'd accepted it,
See,
but it's because of
ironically-
Raditz that he died, right?
Ironically, the good brother knows about Raditz and the evil brother doesn't. I wonder how that happened. So I thank you all for joining me. I hope that it was an enjoyable experience. So does anybody have recommendations for COVID watching stuff now that things are starting to open up, but everybody's still streaming things, and it is towards the end of the month, so certain things are starting to leave platforms. Does anybody have any
I would
recommendations?
recommend Star Trek Discovery Season 3 dropping October 15th.
Sean, let's play a game. Which series would you watch first, Star Trek Discovery or The Mandalorian Season 2?
Mandalorian Season 2, but it
Yeah,
comes
suck a dick.
out 2
Going to our
weeks
next
later,
person.
so I would have to watch Discovery first.
Any other recommendations?
Star Trek Strange New Worlds, but I have no idea when that comes out.
Shut up, Sean. You're not the champion anymore.
Hey, Sean, when does Mandalorian Season 2 come out?
October 30th.
Yeah, suck a dick. Any other recommendations?
So I recently replaced my phone, which I haven't done it for 4 years. And I feel like year by year, it's less of a kind of experience. Because, you have to like think about, dealing with transferring shit. And you're like worried about all the bullshit ass little tricks they use to fucking charge you more on a monthly basis. But with that said, I actually got Apple TV for a year for free. So I was curious from the jump about what they were doing. I'm a big Jason Momoa fan for obvious reasons. So I would actually recommend. I watched the first 3 episodes of C. Have you guys watched that?
Nobody.
I
has-
watched just the first episode.
Get out of here.
So it's a pretty interesting concept. In the 21st century, there's this pandemic, and I think only there's like less than a million or so survivors, and everyone that survives they can't see. So then obviously we go to like the kind of post-apocalyptic world where it's very much more about like nature and using your other senses, right? So
Is this Bird Box?
no, it's not Bird Box at all. But an idiot would think that. That idiot is not the champ anymore. Thankfully, our new champ is Jay. I'm so happy about it. So the cool thing is they talk and they use, religion in an interesting
That's
way.
not cool.
They use nature in an interesting way and
That might
society.
be better.
But really, it's like a bunch of normal people trying to survive, and then there's people that are called like witch hunters or whatever. For the most part, there's like it's heresy
Diesel?
if you can. No,
That's
it's heresy if you actually have vision. People believe that you can't see because most of the people can't, right? So the people that can see, obviously they can do a lot of different things. But I don't want to say any more. But from watching those 3 episodes, I could say that this is probably the best Jason Momoa acting I've seen. It's taken him, like 5 different series to get through that, to be more than just like that stocky grunt. He has a lot of heart in this. Yeah, angry dude. But and it's
the
more than
creepy
him.
commercial?
No, the storyline's really cool, and it's definitely fitting for what we're going through now. It makes you think about the things we do have that we don't really, I guess, that we take for granted. So see on Apple TV.
Who has Apple TV?
Yeah.
Nobody has it.
What you're saying is torrent the show if you want to see what's going on.
So mine is an extreme outlier pick. So there is a streaming service called Tubi, which is free. It's actually free, so you don't have to get anything. But there is a horror movie called Most Likely to Die. That's just like a schlocky, like bad horror movie. It stars Heather Morris from Glee, and Gary Busey's like idiot son. So if you guys have an hour and a half to kill and you're not really paying attention, Most Likely to Die on Tubi. Any other recommendations, parting thoughts, angry cries about how you lost to your better brother?
If you like Star Trek, Lower Decks is good. It's an animated show.
What?
Yeah, man. It's
Time
creators. Yeah. So,
Star Trek has an animated series?
yeah.
There was an animated series long ago, dude.
Let's
No, but
play a game.
I'm saying the new one. The new one. It's by what's his nuts? Mike McMahon.
Sean, would you rather watch any Star Trek animated series or Clone Wars?
Any Star Trek animated series.
Then I will send you some fanfic,
Who's the?
like Star Trek animated things that I'm sure I can find, and that's all you get to watch from now on.
Anyway, it's from Mike McMahon. He's one of the writers. I don't watch it, but he's one of the writers for Rick and Morty. So it's kind of got that feel to it.
Oh, Rick and Morty, they fucking won an Emmy, huh?
So it's like Star Trek. I don't know, just very aware of itself.
Yeah, it's like they're like basically a bunch of morons in the lower deck, and it's like really.
Is it red shirts?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all the grunts. So I think it's good.
And
But
Rick and
I feel like the more you know about Trek, the more like it's self kind of depreciating. The humor.
So Sean would not like it.
No, I would like it. I like it because it's not Star Wars.
You were the one who publicly said that Star Trek is a bad movie today.
No, I answered the question that you put together.
You didn't have to answer the question.
How about you, Laura? Is there anything that you're watching that you would recommend? That
I'm just catching up on some stuff. I watched The Boys, slowly catching up on that. That's really good. I got CBS All Access, and I'm doing the entire Twilight Zone. That really fucked me up. Yeah. There's a whole episode where like they elected a kid to be the president, and like in this time in history, I'm like, what? It's like it's wild. It's really is wild. It really fucked my head up. I can't recommend Twilight Zone anymore.
So what about the Emmys though too, right? Like, I mean, that just passed.
Who watched the Emmys? Nobody watched the Emmys.
Well, so it was weird for me because it was like, because most shows were cut short, they wanted to reward people that should have gotten them before. Like for example, Zendaya should have won for Euphoria before because she was amazing in it, but like this season was nowhere near what it was, and like this was by far the worst season of Rick and Morty, and they finally gave it an Emmy. So it was a lot of like makeups for things, and especially the Zendaya thing where it was almost like, hey, like all this like shitty stuff has happened to Black actresses in Hollywood. She probably should have won before. Let's kind of throw her a bone. And it felt I mean, most Hollywood awards feel kind of icky, and I'm happy that she got it, but at the same time, it felt kind of the circumstances around it, and especially that they more or less leaked the announcement a few days before that she was winning to try to get viewership, felt kind of gross.
Like young viewership, because nobody watches the Emmys that are
Yeah. So
40 and
young
up.
viewership and also minority viewership, because again, it's old white couples that watch the Emmys.
Yeah.
So it was.
Still more people than Apple TV.
I'm not sure. Like 100%, I'm not sure if that's true. Like the Emmys ratings were horrible.
Oh, they're horrible. Okay.
Like I think the MTV, like the VMAs, might have had more viewers this year. Like it was that bad.
Mhm.
In video game news, both Sony and Microsoft had their announcements for the next gen systems. They showed off a bunch of trailers, dropped the price, pre-orders went on sale. I've always been more of a Sony fanboy, and I feel like their lineup of games that they showed were just a better group. They started off just casually dropping Final Fantasy 16, and then.
But did you hear the Final Fantasy 16 announcement this week?
No, I didn't.
Pushed back to 2022.
Oh, I mean, that's
Damn.
Squaresoft. But Demon Souls remastered will be at launch. Spider-Man and Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That looks really good. They
Oh,
both
that's awesome.
Yeah, you had a God of War Ragnarok teaser at the very, very end. And then, some more.
I don't know how that's going to hit 2021
Not.
release date.
No, they'll probably
God of
delay
War.
it. I mean, they've had 2 years on it at this point, so I would think it would get bumped back probably a year, maybe 2022.
I mean, honestly, I think from a marketing thing, that wouldn't be bad. Not that you don't want like good games out, but like.
Yeah.
But as a PlayStation person, and as I guess I would probably say all four of us know or have some foot in video games. How do you feel about the big Microsoft announcement that came after?
Yeah, so Microsoft, after both of these announcements, they then dropped the news that they had bought Bethesda and all its, catalog of games. So you're talking about Fallout, you're talking about
Dragon Age.
Yeah, Dragon Age, and then
Elder
what was-
Scrolls.
Doom, and I mean, for me, the only one that affects is Dishonored.
Yeah, Dishonored, Doom, Wolfenstein. I don't play any of those games, so that's good for them. They do need some exclusives, so if they're going that route, yeah, that's good for Microsoft. I personally I don't play those games, but I've heard really good things about Doom and Wolfenstein, and Fallout 4, I guess, is good, but the new one, the 76, was
76 was it was a mistake. On 76 failing so badly is why they had to sell. It was
Oh, okay.
The loss was probably in the billions.
Damn.
Yeah, so the purchase price was like 8 billion, I think. So that's literally like double what Disney paid for Star Wars. So yeah, Microsoft is dropping money.
Was Fallout like trying to be Uncharted too hard, or what?
So they tried to do MMO and basically rushed it. So I don't know how many of you guys were around when Final Fantasy 11 launched online and just nothing worked and just lost all of this. It was essentially that happened, but instead of being like, okay, we'll give you guys refunds, but that's just like, no, we'll fix it. It's going to be great. And like, it was this huge PR disaster that did not go over well. It was, they were selling like $1,000 versions where you got like the Pip-Boy watches and all of this stuff that people were shelling out money for. And it was just a broken game. that didn't work. And we're
Yeah.
talking about probably behind Rockstar and maybe Square Enix, depending on the time, probably the second or third biggest video game company in the world being forced to sell, which shows kind of the precipice if you're not Rockstar, kind of where we're at. Because I mean, Square's in trouble because of how bad the Avengers game has been received. If there's any problems with their next launch, this probably we're going to see Sony buying Square, which is a huge thing.
Yeah, I think Sony's either gonna buy Square or maybe Capcom, one of the two, in the coming years. But yeah, like Fallout 76, it didn't have a story mode. You couldn't really play with your friends online.
Yeah, it was an MMO where you couldn't play with your friends. You just had like random people.
Yeah, so yeah, nobody liked that.
Did any of you play or are playing Avengers at all?
I'm playing it. It's so the story is great. For comic book fans, I would highly recommend just watching the story, because it's a great thing. Kamala Khan it's a great introduction of her, and anybody who's a MODOK fan, it's probably the best story we've gotten for MODOK in decades. But just the gameplay is just so awful. It's literally like they're like, hey, we're gonna make Black Widow a character you can play, and everybody else, it's just like they're like, hey, remember Top Gun for the NES? Let's give those controls to Iron Man and see what happens. Like, that's how it feels.
Yeah, the people playing the beta, it just looked really, I don't know, really bland. And with stuff like Spider-Man and the Arkham series out there, like I almost like expect too much from the superhero video game genre now, that if you're not in that kind of level of like combat system or whatever, like, you know, don't even try.
It was like, I feel like it was like it didn't want to be a cash in, you know, but so even coming so late, it had to be really good, but it just didn't. I just remember like the fandom stuff came out, the trailers, DC came out right before Avengers dropped, and everyone's like, why would you want to play Avengers now? Even
all the Gotham
trailers
games
for like,
looked awesome. Suicide Squad looked awesome.
It's just, I played the beta. I just found it to be way too basic. I mean, I remember having more fun with Ultimate Alliance 2. I don't know, you know, it was schlocky fun, but still, I mean, I feel like this game took itself way too seriously. On top of that, you know, where are the cosmetic upgrades? Like, seriously, so Hulk gets an upgrade on his spine, and that, call it a day. That's just lazy video game making.
When DCUO, which is what, like 15 years old, is more of a playable game, it says something.
Yeah, and DCUO, like from what I remember, like playing that game, like it was all about just like going in and seeing some dude that like is kind of known to be like this badass, whatever, and just like fucking him up and then like leaving and everybody laughing in the chat rooms and shit. So is that happening? Is that still a thing?
DCUO? Yeah, man, they're still releasing content. So
yeah, DCUO is they're still doing, and they're actually doing interesting stuff now, where they're taking like semi-current events and making them into the game. Like right after Batman Metal finished, like they had a whole storyline with Barbados and with the Batman Who Laughs and everything in the game. So they're very tied together.
Yeah, that's cool.
Don't get me wrong, it's a horrible game now because it's that old, but it's saying when Avengers is being compared to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not
It's really
good.
about it being fun. I know you guys like to hate on Star Trek, but my kids are brought up in it, and I let them play another really old MMO, Star Trek Online, just because it's free to play on PS4, and it's I think what's cool about having Trek on TV right now, because they're adapting kind of that content, and so my kid will play the story and like recognize a lot of the stuff.
Because
And I
like
just
the Star Trek Online, you're talking to like Sulu's kid is like the one who's inducting you, right? It's like it's actually pretty closely tied.
Yeah, I mean, and they'd really try to, I guess, incorporate those characters and stuff. But I just mean, like, I think what hurt Avengers also is just not getting the rights to what the mainstream public, in
Yeah,
terms of the movie likenesses and actors and stuff. And
Mhm.
it's like,
when the character models first dropped, everyone was like, ugh, like, oh, we're not trying to do the movie, but you picked out exactly all the movie
Yes.
characters, and their costumes were, very, very similar, and then the faces were just like got hit by a 2x4. So yeah,
Speaking of Avengers and internet fallout, how do you guys feel about all the Marvel Studios? There hasn't been one Marvel Studios movie since in 2020, and so
they just
all the internets.
Yeah, they
What
pushed
happened?
back Black
What happened?
Widow. They pushed back Black Widow to sometime next year, I think.
Mhm.
It's supposed to drop in
Yeah.
November. But yeah, I think they saw what Mulan did.
Yeah, they saw the
streaming, and
Mulan
they
was
were
a
like,
huge loss.
And
Yeah.
what Tenet did too, right? Because Tenet did what, like 90 million
yeah,
If that.
domestically?
yeah, if that.
And I haven't looked at the numbers of New Mutants.
Horrible, bad, real bad. Disney should not even put that shit out. They should have said, okay, cool, just fucking put it on the shelves in the archives.
Again.
Yeah, so like that, and I know I'm in Michigan, and our numbers are going up right now with COVID. There's no way I'm sitting in a theater indoors for 3 hours with strangers.
No, you can't.
I don't know, what they're doing.
When the president of the United States is saying, no, I'm only doing all my rallies outside, well then that tells you something.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Movie theaters AMC was already talking about bankruptcy at the beginning of the pandemic, so I'm seeing one or two of these big chains probably filing for Chapter 11 soon, probably by the end of the year. And then I think Disney Plus just announced today they're doing a group watch, so we should do that sometime. It'll automatically sync up to whatever content you're watching, and then you can watch.
That's
it
a
with
good
your friends.
idea. We should definitely do that.
That I think that might be the future of movies. You do a group sync, and then if you can, I don't know, chat with each other or whatever, then you can react at the same time, talk shit at the same time.
Fart.
Yeah.
Pull out our penis.
No, not that kind of movie.
Pee-wee Herman is not allowed into our
Disney
kids' rooms
movies.
because of that.
No. But yeah, there's been some new movies that have dropped on Netflix and stuff, like
Bloodshot.
Enola Holmes.
What you say, Enola?
Yeah, Enola Holmes.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was
I haven't
fine.
watched it.
It was a family movie. It was cute.
Okay. All right.
For maybe not for us, for a normal person, it's a family movie. If you're Drake, it's like, hey girl, my draft pick.
No.
What? I'm just saying.
But yeah, let's see what else has happened. Yeah, it's been a while since we last recorded. I forgot all our
Yeah,
topics.
well, no. we got to talk about these new set drops for HeroClix, because we were kind of talking about it initially, and I mean the fact that they're dropping another Fantastic Four set
Immediately.
that's an actual five-figure booster set, and like pretty much what they're doing is they're reusing pieces, right? And then they're also going to be using all the pieces that, because initially there's supposed to be some like competition. It was supposed to be like sealed events, right? That they were going to do. And what they're pretty much going to do is say, nah, no sealed events, but you can buy them from us. You can buy the pieces that we already had planned to bring for the OP events. But how they make it? I mean, how many pieces? It can't be that many pieces. It's got to be a small set.
Craig, what is the most the least number of a 5 booster set?
Least number of figures?
Yeah, in piece wise.
From modern, I'm guessing you're saying from modern era because like it was messy. I think it was Hulk, but I'll look it up right now.
Okay. Because yeah, I mean some of the sets now are getting into at least 70 figures for a 5 booster set.
It was 70 was the most recent.
Okay. So yeah, I think they're still gonna try to push like 60 something in this 5 booster set. You're just gonna get a lot of repaints from this last set. Hopefully that'll, I don't know, like what would you want to see? Like we talked about before we recorded, having Johnny Storm in the, what is it, the negative zone or whatever.
Yeah. Where
Yeah,
he's the head of the like annihilation wave, and he has like fucking what's his name? Annihilus. Annihilus. Just like on a little chain.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, they need that.
3 beers.
We talked about needing Future Foundation Spider-Man, Future Foundation Think. We need Dragon.
Elijah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to bring all the heralds in.
Power Pack. They need Power Pack as modern.
Yeah. For sure. That's a big part of the Future Foundation, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the kids. Yeah.
All the heralds. Because it's cosmic, I honestly think that they can bring some Celestials in. They can do some fucking some other big colossal pieces that they haven't done yet.
That would be good. Yeah, that would make it different enough where if they have a colossal booster and eight normal boosters.
So Thor, or Incredible Hulk had 51, which looks like the lowest if you don't include the OP stuff. So Fear Itself and Civil War.
Yeah, I'm not including those. Those are special. But yeah, if they did that, that'd be cool to have more cosmic. But we're missing a bunch of the heralds, which I think everyone was expecting this set to have.
Yeah, dude, because if we fucking get a fucking colossal thing that is the wall, when it's like Secret Wars, and they're trying to make it all Game of Thrones, and the thing is the wall, dude, that will be fucking, it'll be over.
Yeah, we need more like we don't have much Kree.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, aside from the movie set, we haven't had much Kree in modern. So we need them, and even if they can bring in some of the Donny Cates stuff with like Thor and whatever. I know it's not Fantastic
No, fuck
Four,
yeah. No.
if-
I mean, it's not Fantastic Four, but it's still kind of related because
if they do everyone Empire and adjacent, and just throw it in this. It's
Dark Surfer. You don't have Dark Surfer in Clicks. Yeah, with Mjolnir, you don't have fucking a new Terrax, right? That's like he's Golden Age. I don't know. There's a shitload of good pieces that you can throw out there. I think Colossals though would be good, and I think they've been popular, especially with newer players that have been coming in. They're all going in and they're buying like some of the older pieces. I'm noticing a lot of newer players like on Facebook coming in and trying to buy old Colossals for like $80, which they're only valued like 30, 40. but they're spending it because they weren't a part of it.
Well, me and Craig talk about this often. Majestics and their circuit, with Clicks Collective, and I think they expanded out to New York now. They run Bronze League, and that's actually driving up the prices of these older pieces, which were nothing. They were like 25, and then now they're going back to 80, and then some of them are even over 100 depending on the rarity level.
Like Venom Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, Venom Hulk. Yeah, that was I was so happy that I was able to sell him and get my Masterpiece Starscream. Laro,
yeah.
I know this is like a second language, bro.
No, man. I mean, I'm learning. I mean, it's a slow introduction into HeroClix, I see, but all in time, I guess.
It's daunting at the beginning, but once you get into it, it's very quick.
Yeah,
Right.
half of it's comic lore, and then the other half is mechanics of the game.
All you got to do really, Laro, is just after we are done recording, you just give your address to these two guys up there, and they will be very happy to offload a lot of HeroClix on you, because the problem with HeroClix is you just get too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can catch you up with the last 2 sets, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think maybe that's why C-Dub didn't jump on tonight. Maybe he was like, "Oh
He's
man,
afraid.
what did you get me into? What did you get me into?" No, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully he's starting to play. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but he helped me out a lot. I dropped like a big box on him.
Sorry, I just realized the time. I gotta wake up in like 6 hours. So
All right, man.
Oh shit.
Thanks
Hey,
for
well, Jay,
joining us,
congratulations on winning the belt and the championship and just running away. I appreciate you.
that's good. Thanks for Tuesdays they're tough, but I'll keep trying.
It's
to
Omar's fault. We keep
make
on
it
telling him
work.
the different day. He
Oh
don't like
shit.
us.
Shut up, Sean.
You don't like
You're
us
just
at
mad
all.
because your brother beat you. And he didn't play in one round. He fucking let you like do everything you need to do, and he's like, "Okay, let me show you what a real guy does."
Should have got that ragdoll one. I don't know. I don't know enough about him. I just know him from Secret Six. Yeah. No, thanks for the game and everything.
Oh, that was awesome, Craig. Good job, man. That was fucking amazing.
It was really fun.
Yep. Thank you guys for playing.
All right, see
All
you,
right,
Jay.
peace, everyone. Yep.
Later.
Yeah.
The champ is out. The champ is gone. Long live the champ. Long live the champ. Fuck that guy. Hey, fuck your brother, by the way. You know, that motherfucker was studying us the whole time. He was doing that like fucking that meta shit. He was just sitting back watching. Oh, he likes to do this. Oh, he likes to order this. Fuck. So this is what happens whenever you're not around. You get the shit talked out of you.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
talk about C-Dub now. Let's talk about Craig 2.0. I'm kidding.
Well, he might be, if you're looking for a pre-order on PlayStation 5 or Xbox, C-Dub might be your hookup since he's working in that industry. So yeah, I didn't even try for those pre-orders. They went
I sold
Have
mine.
you all gotten? Has anyone else gotten lucky?
I sold mine.
I did not try.
You bought yours and you sold yours?
Yeah, I bought I bought an Xbox Series X, and I'm like, I'm not going to play this. None of the games are coming out forever.
Did you get like some? You did it. You done did it. Now you can afford like a PlayStation 5, like an actual physical copy, not the digital version.
Right.
Exactly.
No, it's just there's no launch games I'm super excited for either.
Dude, it's all hype, man. That's how it is. The fucking system is the hype. There's only a few games because not a lot of people get the fucking enough time to fucking make the game and have access to the what is it called?
Fortnite will be at launch.
I mean, it's a fucking computer game. What the fuck? Of course it is.
Yep.
I mean, it's a whole community. It's a whole community. How many players on Fortnite still? It's strong, right?
It's still big.
Yeah, they're still huge. But yeah, there was like 2 waves of pre-orders. I think there might be more coming.
There's going to be more because they
just keep on
flubbed
selling
it
out.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it because everyone's so locked down and they have a lot of money that they haven't wasted that they're just ready to buy? Because I could have sworn all these other years I bought my Xbox on launch day, 360 launch day, so on and so forth. And this is the one year where it's like, oh, pre-orders sold out.
Well, I mean, you won't be able to wait in line physically at most places, I don't think. So that's also different. So you have to buy it online. And yeah, like Craig was saying, they messed up. They should have known the numbers and had it ready. I mean, they're not Nintendo. They don't create scarcity on purpose.
Of course they are. It's video game industry. That's what they do.
No, Nintendo's like notorious for it. Nintendo did have a press conference too and showed off some of their games, but I don't know anything about their games, so I couldn't tell you.
Nintendo, they're geniuses, man. I mean, everyone still fucking shows off their pictures of if they can pick up a Switch, you know, like they're all so fucking stoked about having that fucking.
They also have like the biggest fanboys are going to be Nintendo. It's like the Apple people. They're willing to pay more to be like, oh, we're the hipsters kind of a thing.
I like that.
Like I'm still playing Mario Kart. Like I'm gonna play Mario Kart and then I'm gonna go to Japan and actually be doing that shit in Shibuya.
Yeah, and also they're just Disney's great at not Disney, but Nintendo's great at creating hype. Like they released the 3D All Stars Mario thing, but it's they're like, oh, it's only available for this time. Well, you know it's gonna come back, but everybody like jumped on it. It's like, oh, we have to get it now. We have to do this, just because they're hype machines.
They are hype machines. We'll call them Omar.
No, Randy's the hype machine.
Randy is the hype machine for Clicks, Hot Wheels, and G.I. Joe. Anything else? Well, no, he's a foodie and a K-pop. Anything else though, he don't care. Let's see what else is going on in the geek world.
There's a lot. Well, okay, so first of all, did any of you guys? Okay, so we talked about Donny Cates. Any of you guys read the Thor series?
No, I picked up issue 1, which is I just moved, so I don't know where I put it, but yeah. No, but you guys got me hyped, so I went and picked up this today, Venom
Beautiful.
#1, and then
and of course
25.
you're hyped off it, and you're hyped off it because of the fucking whole Spider-Man set, right? So you get to like know the backstory of the characters.
Yeah, because I mean, I pulled Null. I bought so much that I pulled Null like 3 times now. So
and that's a good piece to pull. He was going for like $40 to $60.
You still going for like 35 to 40. So I want to know about the character. I know the basic gist of it, but I want to see him in action in the comics and see him just tear people up.
Yeah, he's a symbiotic blood god.
Yeah.
He's like that. He's pretty much the character from fucking Ghostbusters. What's his name?
I know.
No, that's I'm mixing
Cthulhu.
up.
that's a Lovecraftian elder god.
Yeah.
Well, I know who you're talking about. But yeah, no. But yeah, he's just chilling in the darkness for eons, and then they accidentally like disrupt him, and then he just looks like a creep.
Yeah, like fucking long, fucking silver gray fox, old guy.
Yeah, and he has
buffed out.
He has that like Joker smile, and it just looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did this guy come out after or before the Joker Who Laughs or the Batman Who Laughs? Because
he was around actually a long time ago, from what I know. Just he was never at the forefront. So now they've made him, made him a thing. I'm gonna grab him.
Yeah, he's been fighting with Thor for a while. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Was he in Jason Aaron's run? The God Butcher.
He was in.
That was,
Yeah. So
So
the God Butcher one.
They use like some of the weapons that he made.
Yes.
In the God Butcher. So the God Butcher had. Did he have this sword or some other?
Yes, that was a sword. The all black. Yeah.
The all black necro sword. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean the scopes, they just look cool. So I mean they look like the comics. So I definitely want to delve into that.
Which is cool. I always love that. I love it when, comics heads can get into gaming through, obviously clicks or what we're talking about, or you're playing clicks and you're like, oh, you're curious, and then you fucking get into. That's whenever they started like. Putting the comic book like covers on the back of clicks cards, that's when I was like, oh, that's amazing. That's a great way to dive in. That's a great way to kind of like show the synergies.
Yeah,
because a lot of those.
Yeah, like the Marvel questions we had in Jeopardy today, like I know from clicks, like I know Ragdoll only from clicks, like Floor Colossals, I only know them through clicks, and that it's like it's almost like a if you want it to be, it's a gateway into the comic storylines. But like half the clicks players, they never read the source material, and it's just it like bothers me.
They're just like alpha gamers. They're just like, nah, I'm gonna just fucking
min-max.
Min-max the fuck out of you. Play the little combo that's all hype that everybody wants to do.
Yeah, the number of people. So like, I know coveted because I like Maria Hill as a character, but the number of people who were like just played her because she was like good, and they're like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I mean, you literally made that piece.
That was Craig's creation. His little Maria Hill, fucking.
He also
bullshit.
Yeah, and then for nationals last year, him and Paris did the whole Trader Kobik combo. So yeah, Craig actually affects the meta in our game.
Not anymore, because now it's a mess because everything's online.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. I skipped nationals. They tried to do clicks online, and the first day was 12 hours in front of the computer because it was such a fuck up. They couldn't do 5 rounds in a timely manner. And then if Worlds is like that, I'm skipping that too.
It's gonna be like that, but with less people because everybody's mad at how it happened.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys hear about Los Angeles? They're gonna fucking do the little mini Comic-Con.
That they're gonna try to do it.
Yeah, in the next 2 months.
How are they gonna do that?
They're gonna fucking just do it, and it's supposedly they're expecting about 65,000 people.
LA County has like the highest like numbers of COVID.
It's like, okay, so like I'm in Dallas, we're having 400 to 600 cases a day just in Dallas County, and they're fucking they had American Airlines open for the hockey playoffs, and they were seating half of the fucking Coliseum. So that means there was over 15,000 people there, which is a direct violation of the amount of people you're supposed to have. Event. But exactly in that. So
I mean, look at Sturgis and how awful it was. But just people forget, because like literally we're living in an age where it's just like every day it's another piece of like horrendous news that you're like, I can't believe this happened. But then it's like, hey, we're going to be hit by something that's horrible again tomorrow, so we don't remember it. Like the number of people who don't remember that the president was impeached just a few months ago for lying to several government agencies, and you ask people, no, that didn't happen. That was Bill Clinton. It's astounding because it's every day something horrible. People aren't talking about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and that they're trying to push in a replacement before the election day.
Yeah, they're talking about the tax scandal now.
Because of the tax scandal. And tomorrow, they're not going to be talking about the tax scandal. They're going to be talking about how horrible the debate was for both of them. It's just, we're hit by one thing and another, so we don't remember any of it. And then people will we'll selectively remember what they won in November, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. I really will enjoy. I've never been to New Zealand, so I'll get to visit Craig in New Zealand.
Yep, you can come and see me.
For myself, I think in Dallas, yeah, I think we're okay because we're very progressive here, but many people don't believe that we are. So I think we're gonna
Because
be
the rest
okay
of your
here.
state, yeah. I mean, the
It's
cities,
real-
yeah, the cities they're all blue, but the rest of the state is something.
Right? It's like Dallas and Houston, right, Laura?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, no, we get that every day. And then, I mean, talking to people who are like a lot older, 60s, 70s, they're like, why are you putting a mask on me? I'm not a Muslim. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? It's just, it's the hard-headedness of these people. I mean, I would say the younger ones, the 25s to 35s, we're the progressive ones. You know, it's these old heads that are stuck in their ways. You know, it's mind-boggling. It really is.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. I mean, you try to take up some hobby or try to escape it, you can't because it's everywhere you go. You know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys just yeah, I just worry about shit spreading. Like we got a work email today of, some, they can't name who it is because of like HIPAA, but I mean, someone got exposed. So now I'm wondering, I probably need to go get tested just in case.
You got it to get tested for sure.
Yeah,
you have to get tested.
No, because like the higher up of the health department was like, oh, we're not going to tell you who, and you guys aren't under mandatory quarantine. It's like, just tell us who so we can go trace and then, figure out if we need to go get tested or not. Like, don't keep this under wraps. Like, yeah, even people that are kind of being wary of this, they aren't taking responsibility to the point that we need to keep safe. So I don't know.
I have a question for you
frustrating.
guys. Are you guys using, if you have the technology available through like an app, are you guys using the contact tracing technology through Google or Apple to
I
see
will, because my firmware is too old and I need to upgrade it. But once I do that, I will.
Yeah, I was just
I
curious.
have the same problem.
Yeah, so I was thinking if that's something I want to do, but I don't know if it opens you up to something else, because it's like
It's I mean, if you're on Apple or Pixel, I think the security should be well written enough that you're okay. And it's anonymous, so they're not giving your name or anything out. It's just your geolocation. They'll tell you if you were in a vicinity at a certain date or something like that.
okay, cool. I was just curious because I mean it's new to me.
So other countries have been using it. So like South Korea, they were really good at that. They had that, but they had that up pretty quickly, and they would just send you a message like, oh, you were at this cafe on this date. There was someone reported that had exposure. Please, get tested and quarantine yourself. So I'm thinking it's something similar to that. And then, but of course, here you have people that are like, my privacy and my rights.
Yeah, that's my fear is that is that a lot of people just aren't going to report it, so it's going to essentially be useless.
No, so they won't get tested. So that's our problem right now, with all the university students coming back. The health officials say they know the numbers should be officially higher. They know the university students are not testing because they're they probably think they're invincible because of youth. Then they're also they don't want to quarantine because they want to go party with their friends, and then they don't want to face repercussions from the university if they're not being responsible about it and catch it or spread it. So yeah, It's a shit show here.
College students don't like to use condoms. They're rapey. Of course, they're not going to fucking participate in taking care of other people.
And I mean, I know people in my hometown in the Midwest who have purposely not reported getting sick because they're like, oh, it looks bad on the president. So it's awkward.
It's crazy times, man.
I don't want to get into lost episode territory again.
No,
yeah,
but yeah, at that point, I would even argue you're almost like an eco-terrorist at that point.
I agree,
not eco-terrorist, bioterrorist. You're going around knowingly spreading a highly contagious and like it's a deadly disease. Even if it doesn't kill you, it can mess up your heart, your lungs.
Well, it's also in psychology now. They're just starting to show that its effects on the brain, that they're saying that it could be like CTE levels eventually. Which is scary.
It's crazy.
That's horrible. Yeah.
So on this level of like scariness, like imagine if you had this like long 15-foot penis going around your neck. Like, did you watch the recent episode of The Boys?
No.
I have.
Oh, you're behind? Oh, fuck.
But
oh my God. We got to talk about this. I'm sorry. We got to talk about this. That was amazing. That was amazing. Why don't we just watch? And they didn't even talk about it because they got away with so much.
So what's amazing about The Boys right now is so if you guys haven't read it, read the comics, because like they're definitely scaling back the shock factor from the comics because they have to. You can't do the stuff
they did. Yeah.
Comics.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're English. They're total like blokes. They're fucking super perverted. And, American culture isn't ready for that shit.
Right. And read, if you get the chance, read the comics. They're fantastic. The same with Umbrella Academy, like the stuff they could do more in the comics, but have what I've enjoyed about The Boys and about Lock and Key and about Umbrella Academy is that it's spurring some interest in comics. It's almost the opposite of HeroClix, where they're like, we don't care where they came from. It's like, hey, this stuff seems pretty cool, and then going back and seeing like some of the stuff that they did, especially The Boys. Like, there's no way they could.
No, straight up. Like, so I'm going to different shops that right now they've gone back to scaled back schedules. Because, initially they wanted to open up, like when they said, 75%, but then they didn't, because probably someone got sick, or they're like, they're not getting enough books. They can't afford to sell as much of what they're selling. But dude, straight up, they're like saying as seen on Netflix. They have the graphic novels already up with the new fucking covers on it, and it's as seen on Netflix. So for Umbrella Academy, The Boys, so everything you're saying is on point. Like they're doing they're issuing reprints and like the remastered editions. Yeah, which also includes preface from some of the actors that talk about the story when they're introduced to the story. So it's kind of like it makes a connection between what you're saying on watching it on the big screen and then going back to the pages, which is exactly.
They tried to do so. If I think the closest that we got to this was when they tried to do it with The Losers. So when The Losers came out, where they're like, let's take this like niche comic book community that the people loved it and try to make it. But The Losers, they're like, we're going to kidify it and make it mainstream and make it like the MCU stuff, because let's face it, DC's movies have been a disaster outside of Nolan and Burton. But now that people are kind of getting the ground where they're like, let's do this in a way that it's more true to the visions, and like Watchmen, like the Watchmen series is more true to the actual comics that people love than probably even the before Watchmen comics.
Sure.
And just the fact that people are allowing them to do that, allowing them to be like, okay, we're gonna let you do a show where like it's a rapey Superman who drinks breast milk. Like if you would have pitched that like 10 years ago, there's no chance that could be like a major character on any TV show. I don't care if it's HBO, wherever.
Yeah, I
Like,
think like what Hancock was the most
Mhm.
edgy thing.
and Hancock, which isn't edgy,
No,
they
it's
had
not.
to nerf it to shit.
Yeah.
Like that, the concept for Hancock is great, but they had to nerf it so much that it's a horrible movie.
Yeah, yeah. There was an original screenplay for Hancock. I read the entire thing. My God, that guy was more like Homelander than what we got. Will Smith with on a drunken bender. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that was some fucked up shit. That screenplay.
Right, and like I think this goes back to Batman Returns. Batman Returns, I think, was an excellent movie, and I think it's very well received now. But people got scared by that movie, and they hired Joel Schumacher immediately after.
There's all those parent groups and stuff.
Well, look, I mean, I remember when we were talking about video games. Like, I remember during like the PS3 launch, PS2 launch. This was like 2001, and
Mhm.
dude, we had all those fucking parent groups coming in. They're like, "Is it okay? Do you have a daughter? Is it okay for for girls to be treated this way?" And they're like holding their daughter, their like little 10-year-old daughter, and they're like asking these questions. And I'm like, I'm not fucking PR. I'm like a fucking store manager at a PlayStation store. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. Like, to be honest with you. But of course, the PR people came in and they fucking whisked her away or whatever. But you know what? Like, there's always going to be those kind of conversations. But when it comes down to it, the powers that be, not to make this a fucking lost episode or anything, they've been fucking pedophiles for a long time. And we have fucking Trump in office. He's been fucking with, everybody. And if it was fucking okay, he'd be fucking his daughter. So marry her and fucking make her the fucking first lady. So whatever.
And to me, I think that The Boys needed to come out in this era where it's like everything's so extreme that you need to see like a realistic view of like if one of these sides got their way, what would happen. Like the realist, and that's what I loved about the comic, and what we're gonna have to see what the final reveal is, because I mean the comic final reveal is amazing. I don't think they can do it though, and there's a lot of people who haven't read the comics and haven't that I don't want to spoil it. They're just watching the Amazon series, but the twist that ends the comics is very perfect for now, and I want to see if how much they don't or do back off from it.
I don't know. I mean, it feels like it's still like what, 2 seasons away from that though, right?
Oh, it's a while. It's a
So
while from getting to that, because yeah,
hopefully fucking The Boys doesn't become another fucking another Walking Dead. Like, keep it at maybe like 4 or 5 seasons. I think keep it tight. I think it'll be good. We there's so much content that's out there. Like, we all talk about it. There's so much stuff that competes with what we want to see. Sean, you gotta fucking watch The Boys, bro. You gotta watch it,
I
dude.
know.
Like, it's so
And,
good.
Well, yeah, Prime Day is coming up. Maybe I'll get a subscription. But
and that's so, and this is just me kind of tooting my own horn a little bit. I feel that shows that are brave enough to walk away are almost better. So I feel probably for the past 20 years, The Good Place was probably the best show that's been produced. And they could have milked that for years, but the writer's like, no, I'm done after 4 seasons. That's why I conceptualized it for. And Watchmen, they're like, we have all these ideas to go forward. They're like, no,
Nah,
we're good. We
walk
told
away.
our story. And then you look at like Game of Thrones, where it's like they milked that cash cow for all they had, and everybody hates it now.
Well, y'all did hear about that Boys spinoff, right? It's a college school for superheroes.
Yep.
So essentially, My Hero Academia, rated TVMA or whatever the fuck,
And that's what's got me worried about The Boys. Like, to be 100% honest, the fact that they're already like playing with that concept.
It's crazy though too, because like if you think about like what kids are watching these days, they're watching reality. They're not even watching these shows. They're just watching TikTok and watching their friends or other kind of crazy videos or fucking pranks. So it's like, again, that's what Amazon's going to compete with. They're going to compete with what are going to get the eyeballs on their shit, So it's kind of like another version of a form of escalation. But yeah, hopefully people just don't fucking buy into that shit, because that sucks if that's the case, rather than it just being, stuff that's like made from source material, which is cool, but also has like a fucking meaningful story to it, Like what I love about Homelander's story, it's like, at least the way they're portraying it in the TV series, he's definitely not someone you root for, but you see him kind of unravel, like especially in the last 2 episodes. He thought he was the fucking guy and he thought he knew everything, but you're starting to see him fucking realize other shit that's going on. So I don't know. I think it's cool when you see especially a good actor, which I think in a lot of ways he reminds me of what's the guy? The guy from Game of Thrones that got his hand cut off.
Jamie, so Nikolai
Yes.
Cloister.
Yeah. He's doing a lot of amazing independent film. I enjoyed a lot of his movies, like 3 or 4 of his movies that came out. He's just a great actor. He sells that shit though, you know what I mean? Like he sells that role. I think it's the same thing with Homelander. Whatever the fuck that guy's name is, I forget, but
yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm afraid that they'll nerf it too much, but so far they haven't, at least.
Because you know what's next, right? If they're able to fucking get away with this shit with Max, and they're able to fucking say, fuck it, fuck DC, we don't care about the fucking what the kids think. They're going to do a Green Lantern series, and it's going to be like some soft porn shit. Grant Morrison.
Right. And to me, I think and we'll see what the Pattinson movie holds, but like Batman's not supposed to be this, like Batman, other than Punisher, is probably the character who lives in the most like rated R universe for mainstream comic book characters. For heroes, Joker obviously has his movie already, but we'll see how much, because Suicide Squad was supposed to be that, and the movies are like, no, make it a music video for 2 hours, and you see how that ended up.
Yeah, I'll say I saw the behind the scenes for James Gunn's Suicide Squad. That looks hella more attractive than garbage that we saw from what was the old boy's name? I don't even know. But that last Suicide Squad was just trash. It was just like what was it? Let's mix Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy with bullshit, and let's just have an amalgam. Whereas James Gunn has his own concept in of itself. And then on top of that, John Cena playing an asshole Captain America character who, somehow got a spinoff already on HBO Max.
Yeah, he already has a spinoff, which is
and it'll probably come out before the movie. They're just throwing shit out, dude. Like I'm telling you, everyone's just fucking competing for content. They're just throwing millions at whatever fucking project you have,
I mean,
that's just what it is.
It's amazing to me the amount of content we get in a year. And like, if you look at this year, it has to be considered a down year because of the pandemic, but still how much new crap we got. It's still, it's a great time, but also a bad time, because it's like one, we get a lot to comb through, but two, there's no way that the quality can remain that high when you have like that much being like one thing after another after another. Like Riverdale is an absolute crap show. But there's like 19 clones of it because hey, we have like 1 million teens that watch this. How can we cash in on that market?
Hey, you brought up Riverdale. I'm sorry, I gotta bring this shit up because I was so intrigued when you were telling me about how this fucking was this real about the CIA agent or
No,
FBI
it's true.
agent that's
it's 100%
like deep.
true that Marisol Nichols, while Marisol Nichols, who is probably best known for being Clark Griswold's daughter in Vegas Vacation. Yeah. So that one was working undercover to stop sex trafficking while filming Riverdale.
And she was doing that because she was going to be in Hollywood, which it's accessible for her to have that shit going on and see it.
Mm-hmm. That she knew how prevalent it was and wanted to do her part to try to stop it. So while in Hollywood, she was literally going and filming popular television show in the morning and working undercover for the government to try to curb sex trafficking in Hollywood at night.
And she's already has a book written and she already has a fucking movie greenlit already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, what was funny is there were characters on Riverdale with storylines of being undercover FBI agents in the show. So when people were reading this story, they're like, wait, what?
No,
Like,
people thought it was a storyline for Riverdale when it first got leaked.
That's like some fourth wall shit, straight up. Like
people thought it was people thought that it was a huge like just joke that was part of the show, but it's come out that that's really what she was doing.
Yeah, and like you don't see Ashton Kutcher much anymore, but yeah, I think he started a group that makes software to help catch like predators like that too. So yeah.
And Vanessa Morgan, who's another person on Riverdale that we brought up a lot, has essentially her husband took a year, is a professional baseball player and has taken a year off to focus on his mental health because she's pregnant and wanted to get his mental health in order. So she has done a lot where she was willing to cancel out her contract until both mental health and also minorities were portrayed better on television. So there are a lot of good that's coming out of this as well, along with all the crap.
Damn, we've gone full throttle. We went from fucking not Jeopardy to like Cthulhu to like undercover brother shit.
Sean hates Vanessa Morgan.
No, I don't.
He told me that he doesn't want her to be happy.
Wow.
No, because I just said that she will never get with Craig, and then Craig interprets it as her not being happy.
I can make her happy, so where's the hole in this logic?
You keep dreaming. Oh, so Craig, tell us about your Target experience recently.
So put the kids to bed before this part. I was at Target trying to buy applesauce and a few other items. And a gentleman came up to me and said that I had a look. And I kind of nodded to him and kept trying to go about my business. But then he asked me if I would like to go to his house. And the direct quote was rail his girl. Oh, no, it was rail his chick while he watched.
Look. Wow. This is the content that people need to see, but they won't get that far.
No one's gonna watch this far.
No one's gonna watch this. No one's gonna get this far. Fuck. This is. Oh, God.
That was my so I just left my cart and left Target because I did not need that while I'm trying to buy applesauce.
Did you happen to have an upside down pineapple in your cart? Because that might have been a sign.
No, I have no idea what intrigued him, but Sean is about ready to take up a second career. Do you want to bring that up, Sean?
No, I have no second career.
Not yet.
No, that was you and Jeff were trying to convince Randy.
Right, but you're gonna take it up too because we know you
Nope.
have more mainstream appeal. We're trying to get Sean to be one of those guys
No,
that
Randy.
wears a horse mask and then just goes on camboy sites.
No, so him and Jeff were actually like this close to convince Randy to get a cam.
Yeah, Randy was
Wow.
asking for details.
That's fucked up, man. You guys aren't good friends at all.
No, they're not. They're horrible. That's an awful thing to do.
So just to give you some background, Laura,
Yeah.
Jeff is a mutual friend here, and he owns a HeroClix shop. And Randy helps to sell his shit, and he's just like kind of like
The biggest
Jeff's
customer
little
there.
hype guy, you know, like yeah. Like game within game shit. Like he does like custom dice, but by a very exclusive dice maker because they only have specific dice that are small and a certain weight. Like he's a fucking weirdo like that. I love him. We all love him, but he's on the spectrum.
Yes.
I would never do anything like that to you, Laura. I would never say put a horse mask on and be a camboy, whatever the fuck that means. I don't know what it means.
I mean, let's
Craig
let's
is also on
let's
the
be
spectrum.
honest. Let's be honest. So if your choices were live at home with your parents when you're in your 40s, or be a camboy with a horse mask on to be able to live at home and support your horrible like addiction to a board game, which one would you pick?
I'd probably live with my parents.
I mean, Sean has a horse mask. That's
No,
all
I
I'm
do
saying.
not.
Not what
There
I
you go,
heard.
Sean.
We've all seen it, Sean. You don't have to lie.
There's something wrong with you guys, man. You guys are
All
horrible
right.
friends.
I think we come to the point where this is the end of the show.
Yes.
You can definitely see us at NerdinIn everywhere. You can find us at NerdinIn everywhere. Laura, what kind of shit you got to pimp, bro?
Just my Instagram handle at cheeky_bastards with an E. Follow me for recommendations and drink, food, or if you just want to see my, stories, it's also a fun time too. Like
Yeah,
drinking problem.
H-Town's greatest right here. This guy.
Yeah,
this
go
guy
to
has a
Target,
drink.
Laurel. Go to Target.
This guy has a fucking drinking problem, but dude, H-Town is like, seriously, it is the new New York. That's the place to be. Has fucking the best restaurants, the best people. It's fucking affordable. It's not stupid like New York.
Word.
Everybody else?
Follow at Long Neck Horsehead on Cam Soda. Long Neck Horsehead.
Follow at Target Shopper.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Be safe. I know we have very few voting options, but make the right vote. Don't vote for Trump. Love you guys.
Say bye, Mel.
What the fuck am I doing? Close. I didn't do it yet. There it is.
Hit that one.